What's up, everybody? Welcome to another show, NBA show from SBR. I'm your host, Jay Money. That's my guy, Jordan Sharp. That's my guy, Junior Browne. Make sure you guys go to the website, sbrpicks.com/NBA. Check out all the articles and NBA content we have over there, my guys. What's up with you, Jordan? Everything good, my guy? How was your day yesterday?
Yeah, pretty good day yesterday. We missed out on the under 216 at Grizzlies Heat. That one was track meet from the start, basically. But easy money unders on the first half and the full game of that 76ers and Celtics game, which I know Junior was on that full game. And then, as I told you guys before the show, as soon as I saw Brogdon and Sabonis ruled out last night, we went up and hit up the books for some money on the Chicago Bulls, and that was pretty easy as well. They led pretty much, I believe, throughout that game. So very good night, 3-1 on the night. Looking to try to do the same thing here today. How about you, Junior? How'd you end up yesterday?
Yeah, good bounce back day for me yesterday. 3-1. I want to say something to you guys. I'm sure you guys are the same, or maybe I'm just that petty. When Milwaukee lost that first half bet, anytime someone loses a first quarter, first half bet, I just pray to God they lose the whole game because I just want them to lose to feel my pain. But anyway, So I'm glad Milwaukee lost that game outright. Ended up cashing on the under in Boston, Philly. I hope y'all tailed the play on the over with Atlanta and New Orleans before it got steamed up to 231 because on the show it was 220 and a half, I think. I got it at 226, so I hit that too. And my baby Bulls coming through as usual, winning outright. So just looking to keep it going. Jay, what about you? How was your day yesterday, sir?
Gotcha. Yeah. Let's keep it going today, my guys. Yeah, man, I'm still pissed. The Heat pissed me off. They was total no-show versus the Grizzlies. I still like the spot for them. Like I say, the line value, everything was towards the Heat. They just simply didn't come to play. It was very evident early on that Jimmy Butler wasn't even being aggressive at all. Only had one shot. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like these boys did not come to play. Definitely not the Jimmy Butler that I know, but it happens, guys. Nothing's guaranteed. I still like to play. Lost on the Heat. I cashed on the Bulls, and I cashed real big on the Lakers, to be honest with you. That was a fairly easy one there. The Lakers up 64-32. So I know a lot of people were scared of that game. I was all over it. I knew that the Lakers weren't finna lose, not to that version of the Raptors, especially after they were kicking their ass for 10 straight games. So I'm sure LeBron probably called them up like, hey, y'all better not lose this game, man, or y'all can't come back to LA. You can't get back on the plane. Y'all lose to the Raptors, to this Raptors team, and we, you know what I'm saying, making us look bad. So let's see. Philly, I did miss out on some easy money yesterday. The 76ers were easy money yesterday. I kind of talked myself out of that one. They've beaten the Celtics 3 straight times this year. Obviously, Robert Williams got a couple early fouls. He went out of the game, but he actually did too bad of a job on Embiid. Then when they put Cornette out there, he just get bodied. So, but yeah, Sixers, they handled their business, and they ended up going cashing as well, fairly easy as well. So playoff game, we called that one. The Pelicans go down versus the Hawks again. Zion did end up playing for whoever the guy was in the chat. So it was out. Zion up playing. Ingram ended up sitting out. The Pelicans still end up getting smacked up. Let's see. The Lakers get the job done. The Raptors, Detroit, they was hanging for a little while, or no, the Nuggets were blowing them out for a while. They tried to come back and steal the cash, but the Nuggets get the cover there. Grizzlies get the win, 124-112 over the Heat. The Warriors get the job done, 122-121. That was a pretty crazy game. They were down by double digits late, then the Warriors just went on a surge. There was some questionable calls there, but the Warriors deserved to win the game. That's what happens. And the Clippers smacked the Blazers up, guys. They did. I should have got a haircut yesterday. Missed out on some money on that one, guys. Let's get to today's games. What you're here for? First game up. Timberwolves versus Pacers, guys. This line opened up at 3.5 down to 2 here, Junior. You like anything in the Timberwolves versus Pacers spot?
Yeah, I missed out on the Timberwolves plus 3.5, but then as those words come out of my mouth, I'm really getting involved with the Wolves on the road. So this is a pass for me. I can only look Wolves though. I missed out on the good number anyways, or the best of the number, I should say. But without Sabonis, without Brogdon, I mean, first of all, before I even say any of that, the Pacers are 5-16 ATS in their last 21 road games. So without their two best players, what are you really doing here? It could only be Timberwolves for me, but this game's a pass.
Got you. Jordan, your squad over here. These guys, no shade to you, Jordan, but I mean, these guys have been terrible obviously you don't play for them, Jordan. You just live.
Yeah, I can't suit up. Yeah, I just can't. I just live down the street.
They've been terrible at the house, bro. I think 0-10 against the spread last 10 home games. What's going on with this team? What's up with this coach?
I think it's becoming kind of evident here in Indiana. The more I watch this team, that it's like it's just the parts don't really fit the coach. It's not necessarily that like the coach is bad. It's just the team was built for Nate McMillan and he's long gone. Like it's not a space and run and gun team, which is what they've tried to do. They're more built for the half court. They're still starting the 2 big man experiment, which obviously they probably won't have either of them because Miles Turner went out last night. We don't know if he's going to play. He looked like he sprained his ankle pretty bad in that game last night. I mean, I said it last night. I was leaning towards the Bulls if those 2 guys were out again. I mean, you have to kind of like the Timberwolves here. They got D'Angelo Russell back. I'm not doing it like Junior. I mean, pretty much eloquently said that there's really no need to get involved in this game. It's a really nice card actually, but like if you are betting on this side of the thing, I have no idea how you could convince yourself to bet on the Indiana Pacers right now. It's just impossible for me to give them any sort of boost of confidence. They have the pieces, but right now, as you see, they're not only incapable of finishing games, but they're also really banged up right now. So hard to get involved on either side of this one, but would lead Timberwolves if you gave me a free bet.
Gotcha. Yeah, if it was me, if I had a free play on it, I'd be on the Timberwolves as well. Obviously, like you say, they could be without Sabonis. Obviously, a couple of big question marks, Sabonis and Turner and Brogdon as well. So they could possibly be without all 3 of them. Regardless of me, the Pacers are not a bet on team for me right now. So it's either I'm betting against them, especially not laying points with them. If anything, I have to be taking points. Like I said, I need to be getting 8 or 7 or something like that with the Pacers in the game. They've been terrible at the house. It's great. Timberwolves are nothing, guys. Next game up, Wizards versus Magic here. But I see something came up. Let me see. Oh no, there wasn't nothing came up, man. Yeah, obviously still question mark with Bill, what they're gonna do here. The Magic, I think Cole Anthony say he is gonna play here for the Magic. They get Michael Carter Williams as well, so got a couple of guards. 3.5 point home underdog junior over there in Orlando. What you like anything in this one, my guy?
I'm not as of right now, but my heavy lean would be to Orlando, especially at that number. I'm interested to hear what Jordan thinks about the total, though. Seems kind of high for a Washington team that just can't really score like they used to, or like we became accustomed to them like last season, the beginning of this season. The thing is, though, got to be careful when capping this game because you want to say that Orlando's a defensive team, but like this is an entirely new roster. So I don't even know how to cap them properly. Some of their young guys look pretty good. And I will say that I lean towards them more because Washington can't seem to get it together, whereas at least the last time I watched Orlando, they were smacking around Denver for a half away from home. I would have already made this play official if it wasn't for the look or the spot, I should say. First game home after a road trip. It's not really the best spot in the world, especially for a bad team. So I'm kind of off of it for now. But I kind of have a lean to the under as well as Orlando plus the 3.5.
Got you. Jordan, what you think about this one? You liking that? What you think about that under spot, my guy? It's getting steamed.
Would certainly like the under here. I think that it's like you said, that's going the wrong way, man. It's just I don't understand with all the Wizards injury issues. Like you said, Beal, we don't know if how serious Rui Hachimura is injured. He's been a really significant third offensive piece for them this year. And then you're talking about the other side, like, Cole Anthony being back tonight is a huge upgrade at the point guard position for them. I'm no disrespect to Michael Carter Williams. He's been very good too. But Cole Anthony is going to give them a lot more offense than they've had in a really long time, I think, which is makes you think, the lean here is to Orlando. But also, once again, line going in the opposite direction. That's not always that doesn't always mean that that's the side to be on. But, for me, I'd have to lean towards the Magic and the under here. Not going to make it official, though, because like you said, the Wizards – their offense doesn't look that great, but their defense, there's no guarantee their defense is going to stop even Orlando tonight, who's going to go in there and they're going to play hard. So it's just tough. There's a lot of ifs and ands in this one. I just can't get my head around it. I'm probably just going to stay away from it, but definitely would lean on the under, I think, especially if all those guys are sitting out for Washington.
Yeah, you guys know me, man. I don't bet on bottom of the tier teams, guys. In theory, it is a double revenge spot for the Wizards. They lost, so they played a back-to-back beginning of the season. If I'm not mistaken, like the second game of the season, whatever, the Magic beat them up there in Washington. It was 130-120 and then 120-113. So, I mean, the Wizards are obviously a better team now. They still lost 4 straight. Just the way I was looking at the game real quick, they are coming off losing a game off a game-winning shot. Obviously, Gary Trent Jr., they pissed the game away, got outscored by like 10 or 12 points in the fourth quarter. So they had the game in the bag up to in their 3-game lose streak. And then Gary Trent Jr. with a little push off, they, go off with a game winner loser for them, on their side. So it was kind of devastating. Usually when I look at the team, they go down to the floor and they're devastated after a loss like that. I usually like to buy them the next game. So in this particular spot, especially with the Magic first game at the house off their 5-game road trip, obviously not a whole lot to play for either, even though they're playing a lot better. It's still Wizards or nothing for me in this one, but there's no way that I'm betting this game. I'm sorry. I'll be so pissed at myself if I lost on either side. I'm not doing it. I'm not betting on these bottom tier teams, man. I don't care. But next game up, man. Next game up. Knicks versus Celtics. This is an intriguing spot. These ain't bottom tier teams. Well, the Celtics might be, but I'm messing with you guys. Jordan, Celtics laying 3 at the house here. Boys ain't the same this year, man. Don't have that same type of fight, that same type of grit to them. What you think in this one? Should they be laying 3 versus the Knicks here with no Kemba Walker?
Laying 3, no Kemba Walker on the second night of a back-to-back, playing your third game in 4 nights against a team that's probably one of the best defensive teams in the entire league, who's also more rested than you. Granted, they're on the road, but they come to play defensively every single game regardless. Like, I can't get myself away from kind of liking the Knicks here. I feel like that's the side if you're going to be on a side for this game. Like you said, the Boston Celtics have really given me zero confidence this season in what they're doing. They do get, I believe they get Tristan Thompson back tonight, which will be helpful. They've been very, very thin in the front court with just Robert Williams and pretty much nothing else behind him, like Jay mentioned before the show started when we were recapping yesterday. So that should help a lot, especially against a New York team that's going to try to bang down low. Was also a little bit thin in that area with the Mitchell Robinson injury over the last couple weeks or so. So, I mean, for me, I think I got to lean Knicks here. I'm interested to see what you guys have to think about this total too, because I kind of initially, I saw the steam going and I'm like, if this gets any lower, I'm going to hit the over because it's just not that many points. Haven't gotten there just yet, but kind of lean that direction too, because 208, what is it? 208.5 is the lowest one you got out there. I guess I say all the time with totals, one hot quarter of a bunch of threes could send this total way over. It's that low. All you need is a 55, 60 point quarter, and that may be enough. Now, granted, some of these quarters between these two may be in the 40s. So I'm really interested to see how the Celtics play defensively here, tired on the third game in 4 nights and on the back-to-back. And if the Knicks can kind of exploit that potentially and get the cover and or win here.
Got you, Junior. The Knicks are 6-1 and against the spread last 7 road games. They did already beat the Celtics this year by 30 points. You think that the Celtics get some revenge here, or you think that the Knicks beat them again, my guy?
I mean, I basically don't even have to say anything because you guys have really just made all my points, I guess. So I'll just say that I took the Knicks. I took the under 212.5. I haven't taken the Knicks yet. Because I'm still a little bit worried about Boston. Just they're so much more talented than the Knicks. But let's just be honest. If you're capping this game, not only does New York play really good defense, if you watch Boston's offense, it's basically Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum taking turns going one-on-one. I don't really know if that's going to work against the Knicks, which is why they got their asses bust the last time. Because that's what they were trying to do, and the Knicks just shut it down. As for the total, I know that it's at 2. There's 209s available. So for the sake of the show, because that's the number, I'll still take the other 209. I think the winner of this game scores, and that's how. I mean, I'm not a totals guy, Jay. I'm like you, but I've been hitting totals lately, and my one of the new strategies I've been using, other than the fact, other than crunching numbers like we all do, is I just try to figure out how many points do I think the winner of the game is going to score. Just look at Boston yesterday. When they play a real defense, that one-on-one bullshit, it's not working. And now you don't even have Kemba, who's your third guy who can get his own shot. I think the Celtics struggle to score 100, and even if they do, whoever wins this game, because it's not like the Knicks' offense is good, I think the winner of this game scores 105 or less. So I'm taking the under.
Got you. Yeah, I couldn't talk you out of there, Junior. Obviously, the Knicks been one of the better defensive teams. Celtics without Kemba Walker is going to be, he really pushes the pace for him. And I'm kind of with you on that. I was watching the game yesterday, and I can watch that game because I don't have a bet on it. I'm like, these boys, obviously, they play really good defense, but there's no real offense out there. That's why I am starting to raise questions with Brad Stevens. Before, the Celtics used to have a very fluid offense. They're running plays damn near every time. A few of those shots, yes, Jaylen Brown bailing them out. The offense Pelicans look very stagnant. If it's not Kemba Walker, it's pretty much Kemba Walker pick and roll. And then if that's not where he doesn't give a shot off that 3-point off the pick and roll or try to flop and get the three free throws, then he's ticking out to Tatum and Browne. Tatum seemed like my guy. Tatum's my guy, man. He's taking a step back, man. Browne is elevated above Tatum. I don't know what's going on with maybe working on another baby or something. I don't know what's up with him, but he's not the same. Trust me, I've watched a lot of Jason Tatum. Jaylen Browne has surpassed him. Like, no, it's my team. I'm the guy. So Team got a lot of questions. It's Knicks or nothing for me, but I think I could see it going the way. I don't like the fact that they smacked them by 30 already. So Knicks or nothing, but it's a tough one, man. Junior, what you got? What you got?
No, I wanted to ask you a question. In my opinion, for Jason Tatum to fulfill his potential as one of the best players in the league, because he was all NBA already at such a young age. What is he, like 23 or something? He's already been all NBA, but he needs to get to the line. All he wants to do is just, like, how many game deciding situations have you've seen where the Celtics are down 2 and my dude is taking like
step-backs.
Threes? Like, dog, you're like 6'9", bro. Get your ass close to the basket, get fouled, or score. You've never watched, like, they say he has the Mamba mentality. Did he ever watch Mamba? I think he might be.
Well, he worked out with him. He worked out with him a bunch a few years ago.
He don't know Tatum, that you got to get to the basket.
Tatum knows
jumpers, bro.
Tatum knows. He did it. He did it last year. He's getting away from it. He got away from it this year, Junior. That's why he's not the same. He did it last year. The past few years, 3 years ago, he worked out with Kobe all off season. That's when you saw Tatum take that huge jump. So trust me, that's why they say him having Mamba mentality. He personally worked with Kobe a whole off season.
I feel you.
So he's just getting away from what he used to do, bro.
Bro, he averages for his career 3.7 free throws a game. That's pathetic. It's pathetic.
Yeah.
He's 6'8", 215. That's pathetic.
Got you. Yeah, let's get to the next game, my guys. Pelicans versus Nets here. Pelicans versus Nets. KD is coming back today. Supposed for sure he's available to play. Junior, you like anything with your Nets squad today?
I'm sure everybody expects me to blindly bet on the Nets, but I haven't made it official yet. I heard Harden's going to be out at least 10 days, up to 2 weeks. And listen, obviously getting KD is a huge injection, but homie hasn't played basketball in like 2 months. So like, what am I supposed to do? Just expect that he's going to come out and drop 30? And how do we know that it's not going to mess up the chemistry of the team if he's out there taking 25 shots, which he's not a guy who forces up shots, but you know, he's going to have to take at least something like 18, 20 shots. It's just a whole different dynamic to be laying this many points. Not really sure I want to get involved in that. I'd rather just live bet this game, so I'm off it for now.
Jordan, you liking the total or something? What we doing? Maybe the first half over here, Jordan? What are we looking at?
I'm actually kind of looking to fade the steam in this game potentially. I have two official unders today. This one would be my third if I do get on board with this one. I'm kind of hoping it keeps going up and I can get it at like 234 before tip off. Because like Junior just mentioned, where there's going to be no Harden for a few weeks. You get Kevin Durant back, but there's no guarantee that just magically it fits 1-to-1 and you replicate what James Harden's been giving this team since he came over the trade deadline. Like you just said, hasn't played basketball in 2 months. Usually a piece that big coming back into the lineup is not good news actually for the offense, and it could throw things off. And on top of all that, Brooklyn has actually been playing pretty good defense at home this season, and I expect them to continue to do that here. I think, if anything, Durant is an undervalued defender because of just how long he is and how quick he is and how he can stay in front of guys that are smaller than him and block a lot of shots, potentially even at the rim if he's guarding bigger guys. So if that part of his game is okay and his conditioning is up to par, I kind of like the under here. You don't know what you're going to get from New Orleans. Probably not going to have Brandon Ingram again. We already know Nickeil Alexander-Walker has been a big source of offense for them. He's been ruled out for a while. Tough for me to see this being a real fast-paced game, even though that's kind of the way Brooklyn would like it. I think they could kind of grind them down to a half-court game and beat them pretty easily as well in this one without exerting too much energy. So I'm close to the under on this one. I haven't got there yet just because, like I said, the steam's going the other direction. I'm kind of hoping that I get a better number than the 233s that are out there on the board right now. But it's a lot of points for a couple teams missing two of their best players, one missing their best player, to be honest, and Brandon Ingram. That's no disrespect to Zion, but Brandon Ingram is the guy on this team right now, at least offensively. I know Zion's probably eventually going to be the guy, if not kind of asserting himself now that Ingram's injured. But I still think Brooklyn's got enough guys they could throw at Zion. They're a diverse defensive team. I think the under here is probably the play if I jump on anything in this game. Definitely staying away from that 9-point spread on either side.
Got you. Yeah, this is the part that I don't like about the NBA. Ingram hadn't played for a while. He's been injured. Obviously, they had a game yesterday. I could say Ingram suit. This is the type of games that the Pelicans take serious. Ingram listed question on the injury report. They'll likely come to play today. I'm not betting this game, but I can see the Pelicans get up for this game, play one of their best games of the season. So it's just me. But I don't even have a lean in this game. I don't bet games like this. I do have a bet today, guys. Just coming on the last game of the card. So, but yeah, I could see Ingram getting ruled in type of BS. Probably hadn't been hurt the whole time. Oh, my toe injured. I hit it on the chairs. You know what I'm saying? My foot being injured. I'm questionable.
You got that Shea Gilgeous injury.
Yeah. Fuck, guys, this shit's so soft. All right, sorry, guys. Grizzlies versus. I really think he could have been playing though. In all honesty, Grizzlies versus Hawks, my guys. Got soft, man. Ja Morant's not soft though. He went down, took a hard fall last night, got helped off the floor. He's not on the injury report today. So I mean, right now, I must say.
Yeah, right now.
Honestly, right now. So, right now, they say he's not on the injury report. That's what he's coming out. So I mean, maybe he's supposed to be playing, but. He's NBA. Just wait here, Jordan. What you like here, the Hawks? Because I know a lot of people are hopping on Hawks here early, speculating that he was going to be out. What do you think? Do you have a look in this one? Maybe what under spy here? What?
Yes, yes, and yes.
Yes,
yes, it is the under, and yes. Initially, I kind of made the play thinking that Ja was going to be out, and when I saw that he wasn't on the injury report, I basically said exactly what you just did. And I'm glad you prefaced you. He's not on the injury report. Yet he's not there. We still got a 5:30 injury report. We still got shoot around and whatnot because they played yesterday. They didn't shoot around this morning. There's nothing. He has not stepped foot on a basketball court since he was basically had to be helped off last night of the court there. So trust me when I say this. Read what you want into that injury report, but I wouldn't completely guarantee that he's going to play tonight. But he is a warrior. Like that's been evident as long as I've seen this kid play. So he's not the type of kid that's going to just sit out when they're trying to gun for a playoff spot. And he's been essentially trying to live up to the hype that he's continued to build for himself over his entire NBA career. So if he does play, I still think the under has value here. I'm not saying it doesn't. I would just say that it concerns me a little bit because the Grizzlies might decide to play a little faster if they don't have Ja, which I know is strange to say, but against this Hawks team who can play defense, and I hope does tonight, the tired legs factor does give me a little bit for concern, and obviously Ja being back makes it a little bit not as great, but I still think 226.5, 227, whatever you're getting that number at right now, if the pace is down in this game and both teams play defensively like they're capable of, and the tired legs hurt the offensive end more than it hurts the defensive end, I think you're going to get a game where the final scores add up to about 220, 221, especially if it slows down in the second half. I can see that where it's pretty fast in the first half, and then if it stays close, they can slow things down and play half court in the second half. So hoping for that style of game late. Hopefully these two teams come to play. Got the under 227.
Got you. Junior, you like anything in this one, my guy?
Heavy lean to the under for what Jordan just said. When I seen Ja Morant bust his ass, I was like, oh, yeah? Okay. All right, I'm definitely interested in that total. But here's the thing that worries me. Not only is he not on the injury report, if you look at the Grizzlies' last 7 or 6 road games, they're averaging like 117 a game on the road. Their offense has really been clicking. They seem to be way more aggressive offensively on the road. So that kind of worries me because when you watch Hawks games, the Hawks don't mind getting into a track meet at home. They seem to, Trey seems to love. Well, every player obviously seems to love playing at home, but Trey really kind of goes off if he gets the shot going at home. So I'm not really sure what to make of it. I will say this, though. Jordan is definitely on the right track with the under because the Hawks, even though you would think that they play fast-paced basketball, they're actually one of the slowest-paced teams in the whole league, which, obviously had me leaning towards under once again. I just assumed that when Ja got helped off, he wasn't going to play. But now that y'all are talking about he's not on the injury report, I don't see him on the injury report, which comes out in 7 minutes. So I'll be waiting for that. But my lean towards under.
Got you. Yeah, this game, in all honesty, the only thing I'm going to say is I'd wait to the last minute to bet this game. I'm kind of with Jordan on that. The game that they play with us sports bettors these days, I can see them saying, oh, he's not on the injury report. We all saw that how it ended yesterday. We know that he's a generational player for them. You don't really want to force the issue. Like, why do you really want to throw him out there again and then have like a season injury? So for what it's worth, I'd wait to the last minute. I know he's a warrior. He says that he's okay. I could see him
But
being ruled out.
nobody's seen him since
I could see him being ruled out at the last minute. I've seen this BS happen all year. I could see they play games with us, and that's why I stay away from these type of games. But I could see him being ruled out at the last minute, even after them saying it's not an injury report. I could see it. So, and in theory, that's what's supposed to happen. I mean, he took a really bad fall. He's supposed to give him on the back-to-back at that. In theory, but we'll see, guys. I wait for this one, though, for sure. Definitely not betting this game right now. Next game up, Mavs versus Rockets, my guys. My Mavs squad, man. I love these my guys right here, man. My guys over here. Facing the Rockets over here. Not really a motivated spot, I must say. It's not a motivated spot for them. But they've been smacking everybody up, playing their best basketball of the season. 5 straight wins, 5 straight covers here. Junior, you think the Mavs keep it going? You keep the Rockets can be feisty at the house, plus the double digits?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not laying double digits on the road, so I'd have to look at the early part of the game. I just feel like this is like the most square bet of the day, obviously. That I'm not saying anything that y'all don't already know. I suppose Mavs first half is worth a look because it's still at least my magic number of 6. Anything over 6.5 in the first half, I'm not really too interested. It's definitely over my magic number of 3 for first quarters. It's 3.5 or 4 everywhere. So I'm kind of just not interested in this game because the Houston Rockets are barely a professional basketball team. But sometimes they come out with this weird, and show you weird effort and screw up spreads. So I guess I'm just scared to put my money on this because I don't see any angle. Slight lean Dallas -6 first half.
Got you, Jordan. So the Rockets did beat them last game, January 23rd. So it's a revenge spot in theory for the Mavs. But like I say, guys, just always look to see if the guys have a game the next day. The Mavs play the Bucks tomorrow at the house. So just for what it's worth, my guys. Jordan, what you like?
Yeah, I kind of am worried about that exact thing because the thing that you've been seeing over this Dallas Mavericks win streak has been the defense has come back. I made some money early in the year when the season just started on the Dallas Mavericks unders because they were just playing immensely better defense than they had been at any point in the previous season. And they kind of got away from that over the last few months. But like their last 9 and especially their last 5 have been the Dallas defense of old. They've played some easier opponents in that stretch too, but they've beaten some pretty good teams as well during that stretch. I don't want to take anything away from them. They did most of it on the road, which is the most impressive thing. So if it continues tonight, if they're any sort of motivated, like Jay said, or coming off of getting embarrassed by Houston back in January when they played the last time, and saying, okay, if we throttle these boys early defensively and we just lock them down and like Junior was mentioned, kind of cover that first half and get a huge lead, coast in the second half, and be able to stay rested for maybe in the fourth quarter for tomorrow. I really think the under is going to play here because if I've done this with Houston a few times recently. When they're playing a really good defensive team, you're talking about the Mavs only giving up about 101 points per 100 possessions over the last 5 and not that much more than that over their last 9. They have the ability to do whatever they want defensively, I think, to this Houston team. They can play down in pace. They're playing down into the 96 possessions per game mark, which is even slower than what they've been doing this year. So kind of the recency bias may be coming into play here, but I still think the under is a really good play here. I got it at 222.5. I think you got a 223 on the board right now with a little bit of juice on the under. Still very good numbers here. It's just a matter of, is Dallas motivated? Are they motivated enough to lock these guys down and kind of use it as the appetizer for the Bucks tomorrow? Or are they going to play with them, play with their food, like I said with the Suns the other night, and get into a track meet like with that Rockets first half over against those very Suns the other night, and it's gonna screw up this play. I'm hoping Mavs come out motivated and play good defense, so I got the under.
Gotcha. Yeah, I love a Mavs team, guys. I do. I'm not making a bet on this game. The reason why I'm not is if I had to bet this game, I'd be taking the double digits with the Rockets, guys. Full game. You saw it the last game, and just real quick, just slowly. So just to teach you guys, I think that the Rockets will have some value here going early season. They're still being lined like the team that lost 22, straight games or however many it was. Probably was more than that, as sorry as they was. They actually made some trades. They got a couple players over. I mean, they got Wood back playing now. We can't forget it. He's their best player. I think John Wall's going to play today. They got rid of that cancer of Victor Oladipo. And I'll be honest, just real quick, if I had remembered that Oladipo was on the Heat yesterday, I might not even bet him, to be honest with you, because that guy's a fucking cancer. answer, guy. I'm sorry, man. But just real quick, since he's left, they was playing a lot better. So, I mean, they kind of been covering a few spreads. You saw the Suns, there was a huge look ahead. But, I mean, you got to give it to the Rockets. They came to play in that game, man. So, Avery Bradley, Kelly Olynyk, and Christian Wood, guys, those are three formidable players in the NBA. You see what I'm saying? Still got Kevin Porter Jr. over there. He trying to show something. He's got some players over there. So, like I say, man, the Mavs, in theory, if they come in motivated, they can win this game by 20 and get some revenge easy. It's just, I do know a Mavs team, man. So Porzingis could possibly come back. They could possibly sit Luka. There's another one where I see a game tomorrow. They're coming off a game where they were really up for it. They had the game circled. It's just something you want to pay attention to in the NBA. We're coming off a game circled, and then you have another game versus one of the top tier teams. It's called a sandwich spot when you face another team that's uninspiring. So I've seen it time and time again. They just come in and not really care. And the coach for the Rockets was on the coaching staff for the Mavericks last year as well. They could try to gift him one or something like the last game. So I like my Mavs. I love them, but this line come down from 11.5 to 10.5 for a good reason, in my opinion. Crazy to say, I'm not betting it, but I'd have to lean towards the Rockets here in this uninspiring spot for the Mavs. First game back-to-back, my guys. But it's a revenge spot, so we'll see. Next game up, guys. Spurs versus Nuggets, my guys. There's a revenge spot for the Nuggets. Spicy Nuggets today, Junior. Boys, they laying 7 at the house versus Spurs. It's a back-to-back for the – is it back-to-back for the Spurs? I'm pretty sure they played yesterday. But regardless, my guy, Junior, you're laying the 7 with the Nuggets here?
I don't care when the Spurs played. I saw the Spurs let the Cavaliers score 125 points. And I'm still pissed about that, bro, because the Cavaliers are really, really bad. I will say something, though. Yesterday on the show, I'm pretty sure I said you can't really just – like, we live in a world now where Denver is just double-digit favorites every single game against every single team. Like, that's not realistic, right? So today, it kind of seems like a sale, does it not? Am I wrong about that? What is this? At -7 – because here's the thing. So yesterday I'm watching the game. You know, Jeremy Grant, he's back in Denver. He's talking to all his homies, talking to, Jamal Murray on the sideline, hugging up Jokic. It's all love, it's all feelings. But he went off. He scored 20 points in that first half. Saddiq Bey went off. Saddiq Bey scored 19 points in that first half. And these boys are still getting smacked by 20. The Nuggets are a problem. And you know who else has a problem? San Antonio. They can't stop anybody from scoring. They're having problems scoring. The Nuggets are just not the team right now. I feel like I'm making a square bet, but I got to put my money where my mouth is. You giving me Denver less than double digits the way they look right now? I think they roll San Antonio here. Am I wrong? Can someone talk me out of this? It's an official play, though. I'm making it official. Denver official play. I feel like I've missed out on all these Denver opportunities. Of course, today when I bet on it, watch them not show up. We'll see, though. I think they roll the Spurs. The Spurs don't look good in any way, shape, or form. I tried to make a case for them, for myself. What's the case for the Spurs right now? When you get rolled by Cleveland at home, you're telling me a lot. You're telling me a lot.
I tried to make a case for the Spurs for myself, and I just couldn't. I dig that. Jordan, if you can't make a case for that side, you got to, like you say, go with it. Put your money where your mouth is. I can't talk you off the Nuggets here. Especially the way they've been playing, 7 straight wins, 6 straight wins, covered 5 out of those 6 games. But I am with you. The line does look kind of short. Obviously, if the Spurs come in, what Junior's saying, Spurs keep playing the way they've been playing, they'll get smacked here, Jordan. What you thinking, my guy?
Yeah, Spurs giving up almost 122 points per 100 possessions over their last 5, and you got a Nuggets team who's scored more than that in their last 5 offensively per 100 possessions. Yeah, not a whole lot of confidence if you're trying to back the San Antonio Spurs in this one. The injury report just came out while you guys were talking. I'm trying to peep if DeJounte Murray and the Murrays are going to play. It looks like DeJounte Murray is still questionable. Nuggets haven't released their injury report yet, so still got to wait on that news. But if DeJounte Murray sits out, I think the Nuggets are definitely going to pee the play. I was just looking at their team total, too. It's only 114.5 points tonight. In what world did they not score 120 tonight, coming off a revenge spot with how bad the Spurs have been playing defense and how well the Nuggets have looked offensively here post-trade since they brought over Aaron Gordon? Like, really, really hard for me to fade that. I'm usually not one to go over on a team total, but if there's anything that I'm going to take a over on tonight, it's definitely going to be the 114.5 on the Nuggets team total, but just a lean right now because the Spurs, they do have the ability to turn things around. Before this 5-game stretch that they've been on, they had been playing better defense, at least a little bit on the road. So I'm not like one to say they couldn't turn things around, but they're also that team that kind of could benefit more from just saying, boys, let's pack it in. Let's get a good draft pick, and let's try to do this again next year. And it seems like if DeJounte Murray's sitting out tonight, that may be exactly what they're doing.
Yep, that's my problem with the Spurs, guys. They damn near like they tanking, even though they were in the playoff. So they were sitting in like the 8th seed and just one game back from Dallas, you know what I'm saying, for the 7-game seed. And then you're pretty much starting to tank. They've only won 2 of their last 10 games. So, yeah, Spurs are not a bet-on squad for me. I must say, so look, this is their first game on the road after 9 games at the house, and they went 2-7 at the house. So I can't say the Spurs play a lot better than they do on the road at the house. They're just one of those type of teams. They just trash at the house, man. They get on the road, and for some reason, they get to playing. You know what I'm saying? So they did beat the Nuggets already by 10 at the house this year. So be interested to see if the Nuggets remember that, like, we finna come out here and smack you boys. A lot better Nuggets team, I must say. So we'll be interested to see the first game of a home and home as well. These two teams play again in a couple of days. So hey, likely the loser this one. I maybe Spurs get smacked up tonight. Maybe no, I'm not betting on the Spurs. I'm not betting on the motherfuckers. Only the top tier teams get my money, man. Only the top. If you look at the standings, if they're not 1 through 9, they're not seeing my money likely for the rest of the season unless they're getting double digits or something. But it definitely won't be a top play. It'll be personal where I wouldn't even tell nobody to take that stuff. But next game up, guys, Jazz versus Suns. I know people are mad I hadn't had a play, but this is my top play of the day, my guys. This is my top play. I do like the Jazz today, my guys. I'm on the Jazz minus the 1.5, man. The best team in the NBA. They're coming off a loss, and they have revenge. I know they're on the road. I know they've been kind of struggling on the road versus really good teams, but just know that they're ready for this one. Those other games on the road, they might not have cared about. They care about this one. They're quoted saying that they're treating this game like a playoff game. So they're coming out here to win. Best team in the NBA, best rebounding team in the league. All this, top to bottom, offensively and defensively balanced. Best team in the league, my guys, especially right now. Jazz minus 1.5. Top. Let's go. Junior, what you like, my guy?
Well, you throwing it to me because you know I'm on the opposite side, which I like. Because, we got to go head-to-head sometimes.
The sun ain't out tonight. It's a cloudy day.
These two have been talking about this game for 2 days, by the way. I just want to include everybody in on this in case you don't know.
Because Jay's my brother, we don't got a rack on it. Not to say that Blackjack's not my brother, but Blackjack be buying horses and shit. He can afford to pay me that $1,000. Not to say that Jay can't. Jay got enough change to pay me several racks, if you know what I'm saying. But as for this game, listen, I'm not gonna lie. I'm on Suns +2 and I'm on Suns money line, but my show play will be Suns +2. I think that the Jazz are the better team, as they should be. They've been in the playoffs last couple of years, whereas the Suns are just trying to get back into the playoffs. I think the Suns come out here though. This is my angle, Jay, and I'm gonna be honest with you. A couple different things. I think that the Suns have 2 of the 3 best players on the floor in this game. I think that even though DeAndre Ayton's not a great defender, you don't have to be a great defender against Rudy Gobert. I think he can make Rudy Gobert work a little bit because that little. I watch a lot of Suns games. He has that little on the left hand side. He catches it and turns and shoots in one motion. That shot is money for him. He's going to pump fake, get Rudy in foul trouble a little bit. I just think they have a lot of different things they could do. Their wing players are long, athletic. They could be able to defend these guys. And there's one thing. The reason why the Jazz have taken such a big leap from what they were last year to this year is last year they were the best three-point shooting team in terms of percentage, but they didn't shoot enough threes. They were top 10 in makes, but they weren't like they are this year, where they're by far the best three-point shooting team in terms of makes. Now, the Suns don't really rely on threes, but the Suns do something that the Jazz do very well, because what people don't realize is not only do the Jazz make the most threes, they allow the fewest amount of threes. So they always have this massive gap, which is why they have the biggest margin of victory in the league of almost 10 points a game. It's like 9.8 or something. The Suns are the 3rd best defensive team when it comes to stopping threes. If the Suns can get out and defend the 3, I think that's the key to the game for them, because they actually are more of an old school team. Devin Booker, Chris Paul, I mentioned DeAndre Ayton. These guys get into the lane and shoot a lot of mid-range. They shoot more mid-range jumpers than probably any other team in the league. I'm super biased, and I'm admitting that against the Suns. Like I said, I watch a lot of their games. Probably got my second favorite announcer after Iron Eagle of the Nets over there, Eddie Johnson. Just keep Ann Myers off my goddamn league pass. If it's Ann Myers, I'm watching the other team's broadcast. No offense to her, but that's a big step down. But yeah, I'm going on a tangent. Me and Jay going head to head. I'm riding with the Suns +2. Let's get it.
I can dig it. Intriguing game, guys. I must say it is a toss. I can see it going either way, but this is a toss-up game that I'm betting. Jordan, what you liking in this one, my guy? Any play? Jordan, you gotta like the under here in this playoff intensity type game, right?
If it's anything like their last game, yeah, easy money on the under. But then, of course, it's going the other direction, which I'm kind of confused about because you think of this game as kind of like a benchmark game for both teams in certain respects. You got Phoenix trying to move up the standings. You have Utah trying to prevent all the teams that are below them from moving up the standings, and this is going to be one of those where they need to win. So I unfortunately will not break the tie on this game because I love that you guys both are passionate about either side, but I think that's probably one of the reasons why I'm staying off is there's sharp money, I think, on either side, and I also think that these two teams, it could come down to last possession. I mean, it's a coin flip, essentially, when you get down to that. There's a lot of variables involved. But, yeah, Jay, yes, answer your question really quick before we got to go. Lead under. Don't like that the team's caught it the other direction, though. Probably going to stay away in that regard, so no play for me.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about this team. I think it's going to be an under. I think both teams, you're going to get their best shot. I think every single play will probably matter in this. Like, it'll be a real defensive rock fight type of game. Regardless, I mean, me personally, if I had to bet an under anytime soon, any total, I'd be betting an under in this game. Both teams, they know that it's going to be a defense. Both teams play. These are two of the best defensive teams in the league. So last five, the Jazz have the second best. Suns have dropped down to 17, but it was likely because of that Rockets game. But still, I mean, offensive rating, the Suns been number 2 in the last 5 games. The Jazz been number 3. If you want to get to rebounding, though, defensive rebounding, the Jazz number 4. The Suns are down there by damn near number 26. You want to know why? The Suns rebounding is mainly just Aiden. I mean, so Mikal Bridges, Booker, they can get some rebounds, but it's mainly Aiden. The thing with the Jazz, why they're so deadly, their whole team is just on one accord. Their whole team, just like team rebound percentages, like light years above everybody else. The Suns are at the bottom of the league. So it's just one of those where it's a few stats to where the Jazz are a lot better, where I really think this game will be exploited. So like I say, I'm getting motivation. They got revenge. I think that they'll come to play their best game. That's the only thing I can ask for. If I do lose a game, I won't be too pissed, but I think that the Jazz win this game, in my opinion. Jazz minus 1.5. But yeah, heavy lean to the under. Jordan, break them off with your official plays, my guy.
Is there under, let's see, 227 in Grizzlies Hawks, under 223 in a hook in Mavericks Rockets. Strong lead on that Denver team total on the overside, and a pretty strong lead on the under in that Brooklyn New Orleans game. It's I see a 234 poking out though, so we're still going in the wrong direction for that. I'm going to wait on that one just a little bit longer.
Got you. Junior, break them off, my guy. What you liking?
Yeah, Boston, New York under, and Denver laying the points -7. The Suns +2. Something that Jordan said that I didn't mention is also another reason I'm on the Suns here, because I'm admitting my bias. Like I said, I've been cashing with the Suns all season. I'm not going to stop now. But I just think that something that Jordan mentioned that's really important. If you're the Jazz and you lose this game, you're kind of like, okay, we got a little wake up call. The Suns might be for real. If you're the Suns and you get smacked up in this game, there's got to be some doubt. You're not a playoff team. The Jazz have pedigree. The Jazz are a playoff team.
They already beat them this year, bro.
Yeah, no, I know that. This year. But what I'm saying is that they're trying to catch the Jazz. The Jazz don't need to win this game. The Suns need to win this game. So it's
Jazz don't want to be caught. Jazz don't want to be caught. They know where they at. They know they on their tails. They're coming to play. I know you like the other side.
This game together.
I'm not watching.
Yeah, y'all need to go live.
I'm not gonna watch this game. I'll be, in all honesty, I don't watch the games that I bet, man. I'll be watching the scores or something. I mean, I think that Jazz win by 2 points is be good enough, my guy. So I hope you push, man. But we got to get out of here, my guys. I'm on the Jazz minus the 1.5. Like I say, you're getting, and right now the best team in the league that's coming off a loss in a motivated spot where they're coming out on record saying that that they're treating it like a playoff game, like win or lose. You know what I'm saying? Lose or go home. Yeah, I like the motivated spot for them. I like this team top to bottom better. I just think they're better than the Suns, simply. So the Suns, they're at the house. You know what I'm saying? They could get the job done, guys. They beat the Jazz already early this year. I think this is a different Jazz type of mindset, in my opinion. I think they're the more motivated team. One last thing. The Suns have the Clippers on deck tomorrow. I actually like the Suns in that game. I told y'all the other day, saw it happen. I say Mavs versus Jazz, then Jazz versus Suns, Suns versus Clippers. Jordan, no, he heard me the other day, my guys. We finna get out of here. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Hit the like button and subscribe. Go to the website, check out the NBA content. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. We gone.